Hey guys, it's Tommy Man Gaming here, bringing y'all another topic. Public schools can be oppressive. So, most of us have read the book 1984 by George Orwell. In the book, you have the character Winston Smith, and he lives in Oceania under the Ingsoc Party. So, in the book, Winston is forced to act like he thinks and does as the party wants him to. They oppress the people, and they're a totalitarian government. They are very oppressive, which is normal of totalitarian governments. So, think of a school which is very much like this. Like, when I sit in our lunch cafeteria, there's people that walk around, like literally they walk around throughout the cafeteria, like just standing in the middle, just staring people down. They have people like up on like the balcony little staircase thing that just stare us down, trying to find something wrong. Because they want us to act like they want. They want us to think like they do. See the connection? Now, if you don't act like they want you to do, now I'm not saying don't follow laws, because there's laws, but there's little things, like we're not allowed to have headphones while we're switching classes, which I don't see as a big deal. I almost see it as a control thing. The people who run the school like to be very controlling. They like to control every variable, which is exactly what a totalitarian government likes to do. The next thing about a school that makes them oppressive is like how in 1984 you have the Ministry of Truth, which it's very ironic as a name because they rewrite the past to show the future. Now I say this because it shows the leaders being deceptive. How in the school you get deceived because the leaders, and pretty much anybody that works in a school, besides teachers, because I do feel teachers are actually like this, but they say they're there for the good of you, to make you do better. But really, I feel like most of the time, they don't pay attention to the kids who do good, who bring the GPA of the school up. They're just paying attention to the kids who don't do good, and, just sit in, like, detention, like the in-school detention for, over half of the year of school, when really they could just kick them out and focus on the people who do care. That would be a smarter decision in the schools, and you really wouldn't have to be so oppressive because you would have all the troublemakers out of your school, and you would have all the people that actually care in the school. Your GPA would rise. Now, granted, the kids you do kicked out, you can't just kick out and tell them to go nowhere, because then the country would fall, and we would just become a pile of crap. So, you could make like trade schools, like trade high schools or whatever, where you take the kids who don't succeed in normal classes and you just send them off to this trade school where they learn a trade, so we're not wasting people in the real world. But then you have the people who actually do care, and they get their education that they want, and they go on to make a better life. Now, you could say this doesn't really fit the role of democracy, because in a way it kind of doesn't, because you're forcing kids out of school. I think you could put it as a choice, maybe, so that you're still living in the democratic ways, but I almost feel it would be better for the person, too, because you have these people, that are coming out of high school, possibly getting people pregnant or whatever, and they're, like, either homeless or flipping burgers at McDonald's or something, and they just don't have anything to do because they never got a good education, so they can't go to college because they didn't pay attention in school, and they're too lazy to go get a trade from a trade school, when if you could recognize these people, and I'm not talking, just people that barely pass by, I'm talking people who, like, can't stay out of trouble and are just constantly in school suspension, when you could just take them to, like, a trade school, teach them a trade, almost like not like a juvie trade school, but, kind of like that, where you go there and you just learn trades, and, make them still take their core classes, make them still get the education that they normally would, but instead of having elective choices, like 3 elective choices that we have 4 core classes and 3 electives, make the electives teaching them trades. So while you're still giving them the education of a normal kid, you're also teaching them something that they can use when they get out of high school, since they most likely won't be going to college. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if you ever have any questions, just message me or comment, and I'll be sure to answer as quickly as